This is Newcastle to Redheugh Bridge. I'm standing almost halfway over, and on the Newcastle side, that in front of me is Gateshead. And let's have a look. First of all, the most exciting thing here, which is the view of the Tyne. And this is a bridge that was built in 1982, the one I'm standing on now. And I remember it as a child coming here with my father in the car, for example. And I couldn't understand why this bridge was here, but there was one original one was built in 1895, and that was the one I used to come across. And what used to recall what's in my mind very strongly is the there's a scrapyard, and the scrapyard was down there. For some reason I thought it was on the Newcastle side, and I started looking for it. The reason I started looking for it was in the film Get Carter. And locating the scrapyard caused me some problems, but I'm now pretty certain it was down there. It's ironic actually that I should remember the scrapyard over other things. Obviously it caused me more interest in recent times because of it being in the film. But I mean, there are other things here which perhaps are potentially of greater interest, such as the staves which are behind me and which I shall point out in a few moments' time. The bridge in front is the railway bridge. It's the main railway bridge built in 1895, and the first bridge, which is beyond it, there's a blue bridge with a metro bridge, and then beyond that there's the first bridge, in fact the oldest bridge I should say, oldest surviving bridge in Newcastle, which was built by Robert Stevenson in 1845 to 1859. There's still the high level bridge, the metal bridge. There, trains do use it occasionally these days, but they don't use it that often. It's rather difficult to use. But that completed the main line, and from London to Edinburgh. And two particularly difficult crossings, but one was this one here, the Tyne, and the other one was the River Tweed. But that was done. And the closer bridge, though, it's got far more. It's got two lines. It's electrified. It's got the works, so it's much easier for trains to use these days. Up the top there, Gateshead, and now there's this scene in the film Get Carter where Jack Carter gets taken back by Glenda, and Glenda then has a wicked way with him, and all happens in that block of flats up there, which was what remains of St Cuthbert's village, built around 1968. It was considered quite luxurious at the time, but it was the rest of it, almost it was destroyed around 1996. That was something that got left, was that building there. Coming down, we can see other bridges of the Tyne, but I think I ought to find a better place to actually film them from. I don't know if my voice is actually even audible over the racket of the cars on this bridge. One thing I will say though, there's what should have been interesting is the staves. Look at that, magnificent wooden staves for the loading of coal Dunstan. There used to be a power station down there as well, and the mine, and it's all gone. There's some views of West Newcastle. But we do see in front some signs that Newcastle is not entirely modern and up to date. There's a fair bit of waste ground here, quite close to the centre, and with what appears to have been once warehouses and things, but a bit of industrial dereliction. And no doubt that will be taken care of quite soon. Another thing I do want to point out is this wonderful walkway down there. Apparently it's a fantastic view of the staves as well. And here we see a bit of the dereliction. Right now I've got something very exciting. I'm going to see somebody I haven't seen for 30 years from school, so I'm off to do that right now, and I'm doing that on the Millennium Bridge down there, but because it's a bit of a, I can't really walk there directly, I've got to walk around a bit, and I've got 20 minutes to do it, so I'm setting off now.